We're in a new phase now where, the environmental problems are ramping up. We have climate change, and we have a new recognition that Indigenous knowledge is really important for how we as societies will negotiate our way through these intensified environmental crises. Native people, Indigenous people, have lived on the continent for time immemorial, for untold generations in ways that were sustainable. And the way that they did that was through understanding the limits of ecosystems. And I think that that's where we need to get to. We have built societies based on unchecked technological development. It's always been based on very short term thinking, especially compared to Indigenous populations. Their sustainability was possible because they thought long term. They they altered their environments, yes, but they did it with the knowledge that, or with the questions about how does what we do to the environment impact 7 generations into the future. So we talk about this as the 7 generations principle. And virtually all Indigenous societies in North America thought that way. They had different ways of perhaps characterizing that, but it was always about thinking into the future. And that's something that I think that modern society needs to learn from. Standing Rock is a good example. When they opposed the building of the Dakota Access Pipeline, it was for the protection not just of the Standing Rock Lakota Sioux people, but for the 17 million other people downstream who relied on that water source. So, in this way, I also argue that Native rights provides a level of protection that benefits everybody. It's the violation of Native sovereignty that leads to the killing of Native knowledge systems. So if we can protect sovereignty, in theory, we can protect Native knowledge systems. And it's the Native knowledge systems, I argue, that are key to providing answers to how we can see our survivability into the future. And so it's the respecting of sovereignty that's inseparable from the need for Native knowledge that is required that provides I would say it provides a guideline. It provides a view into, as a tool for us collectively to move forward into the future in ways that are that work for everybody. So this shift is in process. I do see it happening because I'm part of that process. The question is to what extent it will be mainstreamed. That remains to be seen. How much the knowledge will be taken seriously on a national scale and even international scale. It needs to be incorporated into the education system at all levels, K through 12 and higher education, into our research spaces, and then into our policy spaces. So we have to see it in terms of a holistic way of incorporating those knowledges at all levels of society, so that it becomes, accepted knowledge and the braided with Western science. So that's what's necessary to create the kind of paradigm shift that we need if we're to see a survivable future for everyone. Red natural history is the bringing together of the past into the present and to the future that centers Indigenous knowledge that is defined by a different kind of value system rooted in relationality, reciprocity, respect, and responsibility for the ecosystems that we all inhabit. It's centering these values in a way that allows us to create a society that makes a shift from endless exploitation of the natural environment to a thoughtful use of the environment that is beneficial for everyone.